Hello, and welcome to my playthrough of Corvus Clueless. Corvus Clueless. I feel like I slurred those together a little bit. It is currently a demo. It's a very short one, according to the itch.io page. Roughly 15 minutes. But with how much I talk sometimes, it'll probably be a little longer than 15 minutes. According to the itch.io page, I'm never gonna remember to call it itch.io. I'm so bad about that. It is a detective story about the rivalry between a raven and a cat. Tourist from the underworld in the case of a missing person that could ruin Halloween. It is a visual novel with point-and-click elements. As I said, it's still a demo. They do plan on continuing it, so if you end up enjoying this playthrough, feel free to check out their itch.io page. It was made by Tiny Face Games. And, you can follow them on itch.io and see updates and see when the full game comes out. But, basically I had seen it in passing, and I thought the art style was really cute. And, I haven't recorded in a little bit because I've been busy, with, visiting family and, changing medications and stuff, which always throws a wrench in things. But I'm finally free to sit down and start recording games again. And I always get nervous when I take a few days off from recording. I get anxious the next time I record, which is funny because as soon as I start recording, I'll get 10 minutes into it and I get into a flow of it and I feel fine. But if you ever noticed, the start of my videos, if I ever seem more nervous than, by the end of the video, it's because I get, really anxious before I start recording, and then I start recording and I chill out. And then I get anxious about outros, because outros are hard. That's why I'm always, stumbling over my words and repeating myself. I'll get it down one day. But anyways, this, like I said, Corvus Clueless, and we're about to just jump right into it. Hopefully the audio levels are okay. That is the one thing I kind of struggle with, is balancing game audio levels and my voice. Sometimes I have to constantly go through and manually, while editing, lower the volume of the game and raise my voice. I haven't quite got that down. I probably need to take my friend up on their offer to help me with audio stuff, but we'll see. But yeah, let's jump into it. Duckward Detective Agency. Thursday, 8 a.m. Also, I feel like that's not Duckward, but we're gonna pretend it is. Oh my gosh, it's their name. I'm gonna say it wrong the whole game. Okay, for the sake of this playthrough, their name is Duckward. Mr. No, would you please bring me some more tea? And today's newspaper as well, while you're at it. Oh my gosh, I love the little characters. They're so cute. Mr. No, of course, sir. Would you like to read the stock market headlines first, or should we start with me reading the cartoons to you in funny voices? Cartoons and funny voices, of course. What cartoon is it today? It's the one with the dog. The one with the hilariously small dog that always chases its own tail? Yes, I love that one. It's always so... No, it's the one with the intimidatingly big dog. Let's start with the local news then. I figured as much, sir. Here you are, the Blurrington Post. I will continue making your tea now, sir. Thank you, Mr. No. Let's see. Underworld Tourism Program, UTP, has officially begun. Mayor Blobbert welcomes the first tourist group from Blurrington's underworld twin town, Sharpsdale. To honor this cultural exchange, a popular holiday from the underworld named Halloween will also be celebrated in Blurrington. The ceremony will be led by Mr. Grimford, Mayor of Sharpsdale. Fascinating. I've never met a person from the underworld. I heard they don't drink tea, which is a shame. Instead, they enjoy drinking a hot beverage called pumpkin spice latte. Well, latte means milk, and I consider myself a well-versed connoisseur of the dairy-based delights. I highly doubt we will have any problem with cultural differences. No problem at all. Of course. Connection over coffee. Well, in this case, milk. Which, fun fact, that's not necessarily a fun fact, I guess. Cats are actually, generally speaking, lactose intolerant. You definitely shouldn't give them milk. If it's like a guilty pleasure for your cat, probably like a really small quantity. It's not actually very good for them. Which, you know, I understand. My cat has an obsession with cheese for some reason. But yeah. I do really love like the art and the character sprites. They're so cute. So what's next? Let's see. What's the meaning of this? This cannot be. No! Mr. No. You called, sir? The tea is not ready yet. No, I didn't call, but it's good you're here now. Mr. No, do you remember the advertisement I asked you to place in the newspaper? Yes, of course. Is something wrong with it? Well, see for yourself. The Quad Detective Agency. The best private investigator on Victoria Street. Don't be a dog. Let a cat solve the case. I can't see anything wrong with it. It looks exactly as it should. Keep reading, Mr. No. Let's see, there's another ad and looks strikingly similar. Indeed. Crowley Detective Agency. The best private investigator on Victoria Street. Don't be a cat. Let a raven solve the riddle. This is not right. There can't be two best private investigators on Victoria Street. Mr. No, you're missing the point. They copied our advertisement. But that's not all. Their ad is 10% bigger than ours. It even has a hot foil printed headline with a fancy holographic effect. They are trying to one-up you for sure. Oh, you're right, sir. I can see my whiskers' reflection in it. It shines with all the colors of the rainbow. It's so cute. Exactly, Mr. No. Now you're getting it. This treacherous raven is taunting us. We need our own holographic effect. I will contact the publishing house immediately. Good. Make it 20% bigger. We will teach that foul bird a lesson, so that everybody will know who's the best private investigator on Victoria Street. Yes, sir. Oh, no, I forgot the tea. Crowley Detective Agency, Thursday, 10 a.m. Charlotte. Oh, it's a play on the fact she's an axolotl. That's so cute! Okay, editor me needs to not be lazy. Insert picture of my Squishmallow axolotl. Okay, this is Sherbert. My partner got him for me when we first started dating, and I'm obsessed with him. He's adorable and perfect in every single capacity. I love him. Okay, back to the game. Charlotte. Good morning, Miss Josephine. Is that like a play on like Edgar Allan Poe and like Josephine, I assume? I saw a lot of strange people in the streets on my way here. Also, I'm gonna say it, every new character that comes on screen, they're adorable. Like, oh, the style is so pretty. Josephine. Good morning to you, Charlotte. Oh, that must be these tourists everyone is talking about at the moment. They come from the underworld. That explains why they were behaving so strangely. They took a lot of photographs of really boring things like food or street signs, and they're wearing very strange clothes. Oh, that's interesting, but we shouldn't stare at them. That would be rude. We have to make a good impression. Speaking of which, have you seen how our ad in the Blurrington Post turned out? It's absolutely gorgeous. The hot foil printed holographic headline is such a nice touch. A nice touch that cost a lot of money we had with our last case. A lot of the money that we made with our last case. Well, you're right, but sacrifices have to be made, I guess. Look at how shiny it is. I also noticed that the quad's ad is worded very similarly to ours. What a coincidence, right? I guess great minds truly think alike, huh? I have no problem with sharing the title of Best Private Investigator on the street with that little kitty cat. I mean, if he has a problem with it, he could just move to another street. The Crowley family has a rich history of the most formidable private investigators. This humble office on Victoria Street has always been our home. Everybody and their great-grandmothers already know who's the best. When Duckward, I can't decide how to say it. Duckward. Duckwad. I'm like trying to make him like, I don't even think that would be British. When Duckward started his business here, he knew very well that we would be competitors. We have to show him that we won't give up so easily. I see, you're very sneaky. A detective needs to be sneaky. By the way, have you seen my notebook? I always forget where I put it. If a client shows up at any moment and I can't solve the case because I lost it, that would be devastating. No, I can't remember where you put it, but you know what? Finding lost things is kind of our job, so I think we'll find it. Oh, you're right. Let's do some detective work as a warm-up exercise. I think I'm making her increasingly British. Side case. The Raven's Notebook. Investigate the crime scene. Click on every object that looks curious or suspicious to examine it. Snoop around until the detectives come to a conclusion. Oh, okay. Okay. I want to figure out all the things I can't click on first. I was a notebook. Where did I be? I also want to look at things. The Crowley family crest. Looks just like me, right? The resemblance is uncanny. Doesn't your notebook have the same crest on it? Yes, I stitched it on to the cover all by myself. You want a family crest too? I know someone who sells these. Sounds nice. A crest that looks just like me. Portrait of Joseph Crowley II. He died 100 years ago, but his looming presence still haunts his portrait. Maybe we should consult old Joseph if he has any clue where I put the notebook. Speaking with ghosts isn't as uncommon in my family as one may think. We always had a connection with the occult. It seems like your predecessor can see a lot of things from his spot on the wall. Can you help us out, Mr. Crowley? Who dares to interrupt my slumber? Why does my beak look like a cucumber? I'd call that painter, but I lost his number. It seems he's busy feeling eternally insecure about his portrait. Did you just speak in rhyme in a spooky voice? I'd never do something silly as that, haha. It's supposed to be doing that, oh my god. Lots of clues from an old case, the mystery of the missing key. That was a tough one. Who would have thought the missing key was actually a piano key? The pianist hid it herself because she didn't want to become a famous musician like her mother was. What a sad story. I hope she's able to live her own life now. I heard she works in a factory now. What do they manufacture? Keys. Oh no. A cup of tea that got cold because someone forgot about it. A good detective drinks their tea without milk. But I like milk. A good detective drinks their milk without tea. That's better. That doesn't help us with the notebook, though. A clock that stopped ticking a long time ago, but it still serves its purpose, looking old and collecting dust. Tick-tock, tick-tock. This reminds me of a puzzle about time. Great, I love puzzles. I love puzzles too. Wouldn't like this. A train left the station at 4 in the morning. Wait, wasn't there something we were looking for? The notebook, yes, let's keep looking for the notebook. have to gather clues about where I put my notebook. What if we don't find any clues? Well, if that's the case, we have to mindlessly look everywhere. Roger. See, I'm assuming it's gonna be in the desk or something. Chandelier made of brass and opulence. It's a bit decadent. It's not very likely I put my notebook up there, is it? Well, you never know. I've seen you do weirder things. Fair enough, but no, not this time. Every private investigator needs a desk to get the paperwork done and to look extra professional in front of the clients, of course. If I was an organized person, the notebook would be right there on the desk, but me being organized is only a show for the clients, so they don't think I'm incompetent. But you can be unorganized and good at solving cases at the same time. I'd say being unorganized is perfect training. But the clients don't understand this, so we have to keep it a secret. My lips are sealed. I feel like I've investigated most of the stuff around here. Oh. Some books about criminology and crochet. I'm thinking maybe because the books to the side? Yes, these are books. Does a notebook count as a book? I think it's a different kind of book. If it was a book like these, it would be here, and that would be too simple. So simple, the mere thought of it makes my brain hurt. Let's look somewhere else. I can see clearly now. As a great detective once said, when you checked everywhere, the thing you're looking for is in the place that you forgot to check. Like in her pocket or something. That is genius, Miss Josephine. Where did we forget to check? I'm thinking it's her pocket. It's been in my pocket all along. Seriously, that should have been the first place we checked. Yeah, but we didn't. Maybe we can remember it for the next time or something. I don't know. And that's it. I'll write it down in my notebook. Now that we got my notebook back, all we need to do is wait for clients to show up. Exactly. I bet they'll show all. Ugh. I bet they will show up at any moment now. Yes. And what luck! At that very moment, they hear someone knocking at the door. Oh, thank God. Please come in. Mayor Blobbert. Good morning, ladies. What a wonderful day, isn't it? Mayor Blobbert. It's always such a pleasure to see you. What brings you here today? I'm afraid I'm in need of your services, but first things first. Seems like the mayor didn't come alone this time. Who's our other guest? That's right. Please come in, Mr. Grimford. No need to be shy. I wonder who that is. Grimford? Where have I heard that name before? Her face. Grimford. Mayor Blobbert. Well, this is Mr. Grimford, the mayor of Blurrington's underworld twin town, Sharpsdale. I'm sure you've read about our little tourism program in the news, haven't you? Oh, hello, Mr. Grimford. Nice to meet you. Miss Josephine, don't stare at him like that. It's rude. I'm trying, Charlotte. I'm trying. No need to be afraid, ladies. Mr. Grimford may look a bit, let's say, imposing, but he's a very influential and benevolent person. But let's talk about the actual reason we're visiting your agency today. Would you like to explain our problem to the ladies, Mr. Grimford? Are you familiar with the concept of pumpkin spice latte? I think I've heard of it. Isn't that some kind of beverage? Well, it may be called a beverage, yes, but it's also an integral component of the ceremonial tradition of Halloween, the most important holiday of the underworld. Wow, that sounds kind of important. Indeed, it would be a tragedy to celebrate Halloween without the presence of a pumpkin spice latte. Everybody would be disappointed. I think I understand. It's like eggnog for Christmas, right? It is not in the slightest comparable to eggnog. Whoa! Everybody calm down. She didn't mean it. I'm absolutely sure she didn't mean it. Everybody calm down. Okay, I will tell you the whole story. 2 days ago, the first tourist group from the underworld arrived in Blurrington. A certain member of this group happens to be the only person who knows the recipe for the special Halloween eggnog pumpkin spice latte. Said person disappeared and hasn't been seen since yesterday evening, which means the pumpkin spice latte production for the Halloween celebration this Sunday cannot start until this person is found. This is correct. It is of the utmost importance this person will be found until Saturday evening, or else it will be too late to prepare all the necessary ingredients. Halloween would be ruined, and our beloved underworld tourism program would be viewed as a complete failure. No tourist would come to visit Blurrington ever again. I hope these silly, goofy voices aren't too much. I hope I'm not editing this cringing. Charlotte, why don't the police look for this missing person? If it is necessary to solve this problem without attracting a lot of attention, having police forces poke around everywhere wouldn't be what you call a relaxed atmosphere. So we have to be discreet about this. And that's where you come into play. I said to Mr. Grimford that only the best of the best are good enough to be entrusted with this case. We heard about you and the best private investigator. We heard that you are the best private investigator on Victoria Street. Miss Crowley? That is absolutely correct, Mayor Blabbert. Well, there seem to be no detective agencies outside of Victoria Street in Blurrington, so that makes you the best in town, huh? We should claim that title too, I guess, huh? I happen to notice that there is another detective agency that claims the exact same thing. Peculiar, isn't it? Oh, what a weird coincidence. That surely has to be a mistake of that other agency. If 2 detective agencies in Sharpsdale would do something like that, I wouldn't let them get away with it without a proper test. Proving who can rightfully claim this title would be appropriate. Wouldn't you agree, Mayor Blabbert? Oh, well, I guess I can't disagree with that, but what test could that be? Isn't that obvious? We will commission both agencies with this case, and whoever solves it first earns the title for the best private investigator on Victoria Street, or in town, or whatever you want to call it. What a great idea! We should proceed visiting the other agency right after we're finished here. Let me just look up where it's located. Oh, another coincidence! It's right here on Victoria Street. A competition. We're not afraid to prove that we are the best, no problem at all. Then it's decided. You have until 6 p.m. on Saturday. We won't let you down, Mr. Grifford. You know, as we say here at the Crowley Detective Agency, don't be a cat. Let a raven solve the riddle. Oh, what an original slogan. It's even better when there's a fancy hot foil printed holographic headline above it. I guess that's true. We should leave now, Mr. Blabbert. I should get a hot foil printed nameplate for my office desk. Alright, let's go. Always a pleasure working with you ladies. Goodbye, Mayor. We will solve this case in no time. See you on Saturday. You can count on us. Well, let's get to work. Main case. A pumpkin spice mystery. You've reached the end of the prologue. We plan on releasing a full version of this game until the end of October 22. I think it's saying we don't plan on releasing a full version of the game until the end of October 2022. Please stay tuned and visit the itch.io page for updates. Thank you so much for playing Tiny Face Games. Thank you for making the game, and thank you for watching. But yeah, no, that was like a really cute little prologue. I really liked all of the little character sprites. They were super cute. I do think it's kind of funny that the mayor, like, knew about, the Crowley Detective Agency, And said, like, he said he'd worked with the ladies before, but then whenever it comes to, I'm blanking on names, Duckward, I think. Yeah. That he'd even know about him. Like, he did not know. That's kind of sad. But yeah, no, that was a really cute little demo. Anyways, if you enjoyed the game, feel free to check out their itch.io page and follow them for updates on the full game's release. And if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like and subscribe. This will be the second video in the series I'm doing for the visual novel, Spooktober visual novel game jam. This is the second game. The first game was Our Fantastic Wonderland. And me and my friends also have a game in that same game jam. So if you want to check that out, it's called Platonic. It will be linked in the description. This game will also be linked in the description. So please check them out. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye!